Hi again, this is your host Yatharth and you have tuned into Car Blog India. Today we are with an interesting little car, the Fiat Avventura, which is nothing but a Fiat Punto that wants to act like a crossover. In this video review, we'll take you through this car's exterior, interior, ride and handling, engine performance, features and all other details. Let's get started.
The Avventura is Fiat's take on our country's fast-growing pseudo-crossover segment. This segment comprises of cars like the Volkswagen Cross Polo and the Toyota Etios Cross, both of which are much like their hatchback siblings. And the only difference is the rugged-looking plastic cladding that these pseudo-crossover vehicles have. So this brings us to the question of how different is the Fiat Avventura from the Punto hatchback. Allow me to take you through this walk-around video of the Avventura for all the details. True, the Avventura does look a lot like the Punto Evo, but it does sport enough styling upgrades to have an identity of its own. The Avventura gets muscular-looking bumpers, scuff plates, and bigger fog lamps. It also gets plastic cladding at its lower end, roof rails, and chunky looking rub strips with Avventura branding. However, the biggest highlight here is the spare wheel, which is cleverly mounted onto a hinged mechanism, but looks as if it is mounted on the tailgate. On the inside, the Avventura gets a digital compass and roll and tilt gauges. Rest of the cabin is very similar to that of the Punto Evo, but it does get a different upholstery. We believe that Fiat has done a good job with infusing some muscle with the Punto's clean and conventional design. Powering the Avventura is the tried and tested 1.3-litre multi-jet diesel engine that has a maximum power of 92 bhp and a peak torque of 209 Nm. While these figures look good on the paper, real-world performance leaves a little more to be desired. Progress is slow, below 2000 rpm, and the Avventura feels rather lethargic in stop-and-go traffic. It's between 2500 to 3500 rpm where Avventura feels the most energetic. However, on bad roads, the Avventura's lack of strong low-end performance becomes highly apparent. On highways though, this car is a fairly decent performer. One can cruise at speeds of 120 km per hour for a long time without even breaking a sweat.
The Avventura, like all Fiat cars, offers a good mix of ride and handling. In terms of ride quality, it's even better than the Punto. It soaks in most of the craters with ease, and another boon is the high ground clearance. The Avventura comes with a hydraulic power steering, which means the feedback you get from the steering is just awesome. In terms of handling, yes, as expected, there's a bit of a body roll, but there's nothing to be afraid of.
The fat tires ensure that there's always sufficient grip on offer, and the hydraulic power steering is highly communicative. The Avventura suspension offers good ride quality, even on the broken roads. Summing it up, the Avventura benefits from great ride and handling manners, has a tried and tested engine, and is sufficiently loaded with features. And thanks to various upgrades such as the higher ground clearance, the Avventura is among the only few such cars in its segment that can be used on really bad roads.
With this, we come to the end of our review. I hope you enjoyed it. Do subscribe and hit the like button. Stay tuned for more such videos. This is your host Yatharth signing off. Thanks for watching.